Now I want to start with short questions for a chapter of goodwill. These questions are given in section B. Observe the questions. What is goodwill? Now here you have to answer in one line, or you are required to give a very short answer. Observe it. I am going to explain with more details, with a specific instruction, how much should you write in examination. Goodwill is an intangible asset. Goodwill is the value of reputation of a firm with respect to profit expected in future over and above the normal rate of profit earned by similar firm in the same locality. Only successful business generates goodwill. This quick answer is sufficient. Now how many points I have categorically identified? Intangible asset. Successful business generates goodwill. It is a value of reputation, and that value is obtained from what? The profit expected in future is more than normal rate of profit of similar business. So when you write the value, when you write this type of question in examination, just be aware that intangible asset you should write. Be aware. Be aware. You have to write one, intangible asset. Second, successful business generates goodwill. Third, it is a value of reputation. This reputation is derived from what? It has been derived that the expected profit in future is more than normal rate of profit earned by a similar firm. So these are the four important points that you should try to incorporate in your language when you write about goodwill. Now, I have explained the same things by giving more statements that you are not supposed to write in examination. This much is sufficient for you to write an examination. The firm which earns more profit than average of all other firms of the same group will have goodwill. This is the same thing explained in an elaborate fashion. This you need not write, but this is just an explanation. It means the firm which has a capacity to earn more profit as compared to other firms due to its own image, due to special relations, or due to some other reasons, then particular firm holds the goodwill. Thus, the valuation of goodwill is based on earning capacity of the firm. This is about goodwill, which I have already explained to you in the theory session. Next. Name any two factors affecting the valuation of goodwill. Now you are asked only two factors. I will be giving more just for your understanding. In examination, write just two. Following factors affecting valuation of goodwill. 1. Business location. 2. Period or standing of business. 3. Nature of business. Competitiveness of the business. Skill and proficiency of individual partners or the employees of the firm, or other special benefits that are enjoyed by the firm. These are the various factors that affect the value of goodwill. You are supposed to write just two in examination. Next. Name any two methods of valuation of goodwill. The valuation of goodwill can be recognized or it can be derived by following methods. 1. Method of purchase of simple average profit for certain number of years. 2. Method of purchase of weighted average profit for certain number of years. 2. Then third, capitalization of average profit method, and the method of purchase of super profit for certain number of years. These are the four methods for valuation of goodwill. You are asked only two, so write only two. Just for your better understanding, I have given them. Next. When do we use weighted average profit for calculating the value of goodwill? When the profit of last few years has increasing trend, under such circumstances, we use weighted average method. We should give more weights to the profit of recent years and give comparatively less weight to the profit of previous years. Now, this has already been explained to you in the theory session. Next. If there is a profit in some years and loss in other years, then on the basis of which years average profit will be calculated? So the question is, should we consider loss in getting a simple average? The answer is yes. You should consider not only the years of loss, but also the years of profit. Means all the years of profit and loss are taken into consideration at a time to find out the average. So here average profit for all the years, means years of loss as well as profit, will be considered for the calculation of value of goodwill. Next. Which is the most important element in the valuation of goodwill? Observe. The future maintainable profit with number of years for which it is likely to be maintained is the most important element for valuation of goodwill. So basically, future maintainable profit, future profit potential of a firm is the important criteria, most important criteria for the valuation of goodwill. Over and above, for how many years it is going to be sustained is also important for the purpose of finding out the value of goodwill. Next. State two main limitations of simple average profit method. The two main limitations of simple average method are: one, it doesn't consider increasing profit, and second, it doesn't consider, this method is not taking into consideration the net assets or capital employed in the business. So these are the two limitations of this method. Observe. Simple average profit method has following limitation. This method does not consider the increasing or decreasing trend of profit. This method does not consider capital employed or net assets of the business, but it considers only profit. Next. Write the formula for calculating capitalized profit. Now, capitalized profit. The formula for that average profit divided by normal expected rate of return. Suppose that profit earning potential of a business for future is 1 lakh and the expected rate of return is 10%. Then 1 lakh divided by 10%, 10 lakhs. If you 10%, so multiply by 100. 1 lakh divided by 10%, so 10 lakhs is the capitalized profit, capitalized value of profit. Next. Write a formula for calculating super profit. Super profit is equal to average profit minus normal expected profit. This is a formula to work out the super profit. The average profit of the existing firm, which is likely to be maintained in future, that profit minus normal expected profit of similar firm which is either started new in the nearby area or the expected profit of other same type of businesses, that is to be deducted to find out the super profit. The super profit is the criteria for valuation of goodwill. Next. if the profit sharing ratio and the new profit sharing ratio between partners A, B, C is 3:2:1 and 2:1:1 respectively, then find the sacrifice and gain of A. Now let us apply the gain formula. New share in profit minus old share in profit. New share of A is 2/4. Old share is 3/6. So this is also 1/2 and this is also 1/2. So difference is 0. So there is neither gain nor sacrifice by A. So the answer to the question, there is neither gain nor sacrifice by A because of the change in the profit sharing ratio. Next. If the weighted average profit for last 5 years is rupees 10,000 and the number of years of purchase of goodwill is 2.5 years, then find the value of goodwill. Weighted average profit multiplied by number of years of purchase. It is 10,000 into 2.5 means 2.5. 25,000 is the answer. 25,000 is the answer. Next. If the total profit of last 4 years is 60,000 and the number of years of purchase of goodwill is 3 years and the average 3 years of the average profit, find the value of goodwill. This is a very simple sum. Total profit divided by number of years, that is 4. 15,000 is the average profit. Goodwill is equal to 15,000 multiplied by number of years for which this profit is going to be maintained. So 15,000 into 3, 45,000 is the value of goodwill. Next. This is how it's worked out. Next. Read the sum with me. Partner A, B, C changed their profit sharing ratio from 2:2:1 to 1:1 respectively. At this time the value of goodwill is increased by rupees 5,000. So increase in value of goodwill is a gain. In which ratio such amount of increase in the value of goodwill, in which ratio such increase should be accounted for? Goodwill will be credited into partners in which ratio? I read once again. Increase in value of goodwill will be credited to the partners in which ratio? That's a question. Increase in the value of goodwill 5,000 is credited to the partners capital account in the old profit sharing ratio, that is 2:2:1. Increase in value of goodwill is a gain. Gains are credited to partners capital account, that in which ratio? This increase has occurred in past and the past old profit sharing ratio is the criteria for distribution of such increase in the value of goodwill. Next. If in the balance sheet of a partnership firm no goodwill appears and adjustment of goodwill is made directly to the capital accounts of the partners, then at which amount goodwill will appear in the balance sheet? See, the goodwill is adjusted directly to the capital accounts of the partners. So, for that adjustment entry, only the partners' capital accounts are debited and credited. The sacrifice partners' capital accounts are credited and the gainers' partners' capital accounts are debited, that you know. So, partners' capital account holds debit and credit. There is no influence on the goodwill account. So, goodwill that will appear in the balance sheet at its old value in the firm, and that is 0. So, no goodwill appears. Observe the answer. Adjustment of goodwill is made directly to the capital accounts of the partners. Hence, goodwill account is neither debited or credited in the partners in the adjustment entry. Thus, original nil value of old balance sheet is carried forward to the new balance sheet, means goodwill will not appear in the balance sheet. Next. Profit sharing ratio amongst the partners was changed, and at that time goodwill account was raised in the books of the firm. When the goodwill account was raised, it was in the old profit sharing ratio. If this goodwill is not to appear in the balance sheet, then in which ratio goodwill will be written off by partners? Now goodwill has already been raised. Now after change in the profit sharing ratio, goodwill is to be written off. That is what partners have agreed. So when such goodwill is to be written off, it has to be written off in the new profit sharing ratio. The raised value of goodwill in the books of the firm will be written off in the new profit sharing ratio, and by this goodwill does not appear in the balance sheet. This is how the entry for writing off gets recorded. Next, I think it's over. You have followed all these questions, that's what I presume.